All right. Well, today is July 10th, 2026. I'd like to welcome everybody. This is a new podcast I have put together. It's called Effed Up and Down, and we do it on Friday. We typically do it at 1400 hours, which is not today. 1400 hours is 2 p.m. Pacific time. We're not there, but we're awful close. I want to welcome you. I have a special guest, uh, Richard, aka Dick Pixley, out of the Villages, Florida. And Dick and I go way back. In fact, we go back about 35 years. He's one of my first financial planning clients. And for those of you that know me, I've been doing financial planning my whole life as an independent advisor. You can find me at richgroff.com uh, and go from there to a couple other different sites. But I'm passionate about helping people. And I met Dick actually many, many moons ago at church while I was attending Central Michigan University. And I thought it'd be fun to interview him. He just turned 90 2 days ago. And when I first started working with you, say hello, Dick.
Hi, how's everybody?
When I first started working with Dick 35, almost 35 years ago,
Wow.
he was 55 years old. I was 23 and now he's 90 and I'm 58. I am older, Dick, than you were when you became my client. I thought
Oh,
that's pretty cool, huh?
age creeps up on us.
You look fantastic. 90 years old, folks. Can you believe
Thank
this? And Dick still works part-time to stay active and be around people at all places if you're in Florida at Publix grocery store.
Yep, I
Tell
worked this back.
you just worked today actually too. So
Yep, 4 hours.
share a little bit. Let's go way back. Let's go back before you retired and you hired me. We met at Central Michigan Christian Church. What were you doing before your retirement?
Well, I worked at a little company in Elma, Michigan
Yes.
called Elma Products, and they made automotive parts, mainly for Ford, but they ended up making them for General Motors and Chrysler. And they started out making clutches and disc uh, for the for Ford. uh, the owner of the company, it was privately owned by one man. The owner of the company was a personal friend of Henry Ford Sr. And after World War II, Henry Ford went to the owner. His name was Mr. Emmett Tracy, and asked him if he would go into business making parts for them. They needed parts, but he's told him one stipulation was he had to move out of the Detroit area. So Mr. Tracy went and found a small location in Alma, Michigan, which was by air is about 80 miles. By car, it's probably 120. And they started in just one little place, and it was interesting because he hired farmers, and their work hour was 6 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And the reason for that is he hired the farmers. They would get out and they would go home and farm, and they would work from 6 to 3 5 days a week, no weekends, because they needed the time for farming, but they would work an extra half hour each day to make up for the weekend possible work. And he started out with about 30 employees. And in our plant, he ended up with over 600. And
Wow.
he passed away at 99 years old.
So,
And it was a he ended up a multi-million. I was a purchasing agent there, and I bought parts and machinery and press.
how long had you worked there, Dick?
27 years.
27 years. So here you are. You meet me. We get to know each other for 4 years as I'm at Central Michigan. I got a business degree. I walked on, played football, and I graduate. I remember you traveling with Gail, and
Correct.
you and Gail came to Indiana to meet me. At the time, I was working with my father at financial planning, and you came met us in 1991, and became a client. The question is, why did you decide to work with me? Age 23 at the time. You had just retired, first time. You took a pretty big risk. Why me?
Well, probably one reason I didn't know anybody else was one reason, but also I don't know, something just clicked. I just had faith in you, and you had the right ideas. You had your father who kind of backed you up, and I trusted you.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's
I want to thank you. And I asked Kathy, my assistant, to come on the call. She's in Arizona. Kathy, say hi because you guys, this is the first time you've seen each other.
yes, I've never seen
Been on the
Kathy.
phone. Yeah.
No. Hi, Dick. It's
Hi.
finally nice to see you in person.
Yeah, it's nice to see you. How you doing?
I'm good, honey. Thank you. Belated happy birthday.
Well,
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said Arizona, but she's actually in Colorado right now, right, Kathy?
Yes, I am.
Yep.
how are you?
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
I'm in Colorado Springs. I'm at my daughter's house.
Yeah.
I have a niece that lives in Colorado, outside of Denver,
Oh, okay.
and they moved there when they was kids,
Oh,
and
okay.
he started a big construction company there, and he also has uh, oh, what do you call it? Garages that they rent, uh, storage garages.
Storage units.
Sure.
They have a large amount of those, and now their families are completely grown up. And her father has passed away, which was my brother. He passed away a few years ago. Yep. Oh yeah.
Well, I want to tell you, Dick, there's not a lot of 90-year-olds that do Zoom, just saying. So you've been doing Zoom with some of your classmates, correct?
Correct. In fact, next weekend, next Saturday, we have another meeting. Yes,
Yeah, that,
and we Zoom every 3 months. There's about 12 of us now. Get this, we graduated in January 1955.
wow.
See, in those in those times, they had two classes that graduated because of World War II. They split classes. They graduated in January and in June. And we graduated in January, and our class was about 120, 105, something like that. Well, there's not a lot of us left, but we get together about, like I say, every 3 months, and here about in May, one of my classmates, who lives in Nevada now in Reno, is a retired judge. He was a judge in California for many, many, many years. And he was a federal judge for many years. And he came to Florida to visit. Several of us live here in Florida. He came and visited. I had lunch with him and his wife, and we spent a nice afternoon together.
Wow. Nice. And you've lived in the villages now how long? You moved from Michigan to the villages. When was that?
206.
206. So in 20 years, you've seen the villages grow pretty big.
Oh, we're at a population that is now bigger than Lansing. We have 160,000 people.
Wow. 55 and older community, of course.
Correct, correct.
Wow.
But what's happened is a lot of younger people have moved in with their parents and things,
Sure.
and it's getting away from the retirement a little bit. But it's a very active thing. They have many things for the older people to do. I was reading in one of the brochures the other day, we now have 350 different clubs.
Mm.
Like you can different craft clubs, art classes, and things, and you can join a club like that. And then they have, oh boy, what is it? Golf courses. We have probably 20 or 30 golf courses here in the villages now. And we got 200 or 300 swimming pools.
Hmm.
So there's something for people to do, all the
It-
time.
and for those that are listening, because there's people on here that are retired or approaching retirement, and and to be clear, we're not being paid by the villages. You're not being compensated to talk about the villages, but
Heavens,
but for people that want an active retirement community, you're how far away from Orlando or Tampa? Are you closest to Tampa or Orlando?
it's almost a toss-up.
Yeah.
About anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Okay.
Because
And
we go to Tampa, which is an hour and 20 minutes. We go to the casino once in a while.
sure.
And
Now
that takes
you have two sons, and you and Gail before Gail passed away. How long were you married, Dick?
61 years, a little over
60.
60.
Wow.
Yeah.
And for those that are watching, I'm going to have two couples on uh, effed up and down coming up in a couple weeks, this podcast. And the reason I called it that is because we get out of whack our priorities. And I had a friend, actually was a financial advisor, wrote a book on the 5 F's and keeping faith our first and foremost, second being our family, third being our fitness or our health, and then fourth, finances. I put finances ahead of friends. And those are the 5 F's. I should add a six being importance of freedom, right? But if we don't have our finances in order, we really can't be a good friend. And this, I'm focusing in a few weeks with two couples that have been married over 60 years. And actually one of them, he and his wife founded one of the largest churches in Arizona. I used to attend there for several years, and they're going to come on. They're going to talk about marriage or family, right? And the importance of family. So, Dick, if Gail was still living, I'd have you on there, no doubt. So you guys were married for over 61 years, and as we approach, and I do a lot of estate planning. I own a trust company for over 15 years. I employed 3 CPAs. I had a tax firm. So as I'm talking to people with the end in mind, right? As you're 90 years old, you're outliving all your friends. What does Dick Pixley want to be remembered for, or what would you like to leave as some wisdom or guidance as your sons watch this and your friends? What if you thought about that?
I haven't given it a lot of thought, but you,
Yeah,
you got to be. That's hot. That's a tough question.
tough question. Yeah, what are some important things? Because we can't take money with us.
Well, you got to have a good work ethic.
Yeah.
That's important. Is a good work ethic, which
Hmm.
will help you with your finances and things as you go along through life.
Sure.
You got to be honest in life. Uh, uh, Help people out.
I know you're a man of faith because that's where I met you at church.
That's
So
right.
your relationship with Christ is important to you.
And I belong to a church here now.
Mhm.
And, um, it's and if you get married, be faithful to your spouse
Mhm.
and have a family, be faithful to them, raise them up. And like Father's Day was just recent, and the cards that my sons sent me, they meant a whole lot because they they appreciate what I've done for them, been honest with them, and helped them grow up. And uh, that's you got to be true to yourself. You got to be true to yourself.
Sure.
You can't hide things. You be true to yourself.
What would you say in 61 years of marriage are a couple of your best memories with Gail?
One of our best memories that I have, we celebrated our 50th anniversary,
Hmm.
went to this special little restaurant down near Orlando, but it was kind of out in the country. We went there and they had uh, peacocks walking around, running around in the yard. Uh-oh, I lost you. What
It's okay.
happened?
You keep talking. I got you.
Okay. And they, the peacocks was running around, and inside was kind of Victorian, decorated, and the food was very good. And we just had a uh, a very good time. She really, really enjoyed that. Now, you got to remember, and another great time I remembered was one fall, probably 4 or 5 years before she passed away, she had never seen the Rocky Mountains. So we just in the fall took off and went to Lake Tahoe. And we spent a week in that area. And we met this young man who had a tour there. And he took about 16 people in a van. And he took us into the mountains down to um, not Lake, the Yosemite, and took us all around Yosemite. Now he lived there year round, so he knew the back roads and things. And what an afternoon that was! What a day that was! It was
Sure.
started at 9 o'clock, at 6 o'clock in the morning. We didn't get home till 9 o'clock at night. But then he took us other different areas, and he had a breakfast for us, a nice lunch.
Now
And,
your son Scott sent me this photo. Can you see it?
yep,
Okay.
yep. And
You're not smiling, but I remember Gail as a very joyful, smiling person.
oh, Gail she
Yeah.
was one of a kind. She was a teacher's aide in the Alma School District, and she worked with the young five kids. And just to tell you how good and respectful she was, many of the students would come and she would greet them as they got off the school bus. And if Mrs. Pixley wasn't there to greet her, some of them wouldn't even get off the school bus. They liked her so well. Yeah,
That's yeah.
that's
Yeah,
one
if
of a kind.
one of a kind. If I haven't told you, I appreciate you being a client for 35 years. You
Well,
know,
thank
I would love to say all my clients have been with me that long, but you're probably I've got several that are over 30 years I've worked with that are still clients.
you. Good.
And I've had some deaths. I've had some clients that get older and they end up going with the financial advisor of their kids because they're at that age. But I've enjoyed our relationship, our friendship over the years, and I just wanted to do this interview because I thought it'd be fun to do it. Number one, to have it for your sons to be able to see it, to have it, but also to extend my appreciation to you as one of my first clients. And
Well,
yeah, no,
you
we
know,
went all the way back to college. Just
I've
real,
enjoyed business with you and things. You've always been upfront and things with us. And, we've not always had the best of years financially, but I still got a little money left in there. And it actually, it takes care of my yearly costs for my long-term care. If I get to
yes,
the point where I need to go into uh, assisted living, then I still have that policy, and that
yeah.
takes care of that throughout the years.
We've
So,
we've done we've done some good planning over the years, and I just
yeah,
wanted to have you on. Kathy, thank you for being on real quick with short notice.
Thank you for having me.
well, thanks, Kathy. It was so nice to meet you,
Yeah, you too, Dick.
and
Good to see you.
do a great job, Kathy. I really appreciate you. Really do a good job for us.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Enjoy
Of
your
course.
vacation.
Pardon me?
Enjoy your vacation while you're there.
Thank you. My
Uh,
daughters and my grandkids, nothing better.
There you go. There you go.